How's it going, boys, girls, and squirrels? And welcome to my best fit check yet. I was stressing out so much about what I was going to wear for this, the final saga of Epic the Musical, and then I remembered I graduated from Ithaca College. Let me tell you guys, unsubscribe now, because I will never release a reaction series this fucking peak ever again. Don't believe me? Let me break down the rest of my fit. I'm wearing my iconic brave little guy hat because Odysseus is an iconic brave little guy. And my gizmo bot comes with multiple relevant themes. You see how his little legs are shovels? It's because Odysseus digs himself into a deeper and deeper hole with every step. He's also got a little symbol on his chest that reminds me of the wind bag, which is also very relevant. Anyway, I'm gonna yap for a little bit longer. Please stick around because it is important yapping. Ever since my I'm Not Sorry for Loving You video, I have received such an overwhelming amount of support and validation from you guys, and it has just made the past 2 weeks for me like an unforgettable experience. Like, I cannot thank you guys enough. It has been unreal. Unfortunately, I also received a lot of comments of people saying that they went through or are going through a similar experience where they experienced some form of SA and weren't taken seriously or weren't believed by people. If you have gone through or are going through something like that, no matter how big or how small it may seem to you, here is what you can do. Safe Horizon is an organization that I love that is designed to help victims of violence, harm, or exploitation, no matter where they are in their healing journey. If you've gone through some form of domestic abuse, sexual abuse, racial discrimination, or violence, and you felt you weren't taken seriously, or you're currently going through something like that, you can call 1-800-621-HOPE to reach their hotline. I'm gonna read this right off my phone real quick. I took notes. For whatever reason, I'm struggling to remember all the exact words, so I just want to get it right. But confidential hotlines provide one-on-one support, including crisis counseling, safety planning, assistance with finding domestic violence shelters, and information about resources. This is a spectacular organization, and if you're somebody who doesn't need their resources, I encourage you to donate to them at any chance you can. Safe Horizon is an awesome organization. The link to their website will be in the description below. Please go check them out. And I wanted to highlight this organization, this video as well, because I have gotten so many warnings about Hold Them Down. Not even just from you guys, but Britpal Pixel themselves has reached out to me in an email and been like, hey, you don't have to react to mine. A lot of people have reached out to me, especially since my I'm Not Sorry for Loving You video, and told me that Brit's animatic to Hold Them Down specifically is rather graphic and can be triggering for people. I put out a bunch of polls asking people what animatics they want to see for which song. Brit did win for Hold Them Down, and so to be completely honest, I do want to watch Brit's. I'm gonna put a timestamp for where people can skip any of the particularly graphic bits somewhere on screen at some point in this video. Thankfully, I'm very fortunate in that I'm not the type of person to get triggered by seeing like depictions of sexual assault in media, so I'll totally be fine. But like I said, I'm gonna put timestamps so that nobody else has to have like something triggering surprise them in the middle of this video. Okay, cool. This is the longest intro I've ever done in my life. Let's get into the songs.
I'm supposed to choose a suitor to wear the crown.
Look, I like Penelope as much as the next Greek, but it's wild she's just now getting around to doing this. It was wild and legendary when Telemachus was like, and I'm stuck with your stories, but no clue who you are, and no idea if you're dead or just too far. He's dead! You gotta assume that he's dead. Either that or a terrible guy. You must have gotten word from the other Greek kings that the war with Troy ended 10 years ago. I would have presumed my father dead after like 2 years.
I said I would choose as soon as we weave this shroud.
Oh, never mind. Gotta respect a gal who sticks to her creative goals. The way that I'm about to start using this excuse for all of my responsibilities, too. Yo, have you gotten around to washing the dishes yet? It's been like 2 weeks since I asked you. Dog, I gotta finish my shroud. You know I can't get to any of my chores before my shroud is finished. Yeah, I know, but I don't get what this ornate blanket has to do with ignoring you now. I'm cleaning my threads.
I unthread all the work I've done, 'cause I'd rather lie than allow them to think they've won.
Danny, it's been 11 weeks. Have you gotten around to— You son of a bitch, are you unthreading it? It's not finished! It's not finished! You cannot make me!
It was far from the norm. Unless, oh, could it be some kind of sign?
Poor Penelope, seeing this violent storm rage at the coast of her kingdom and thinking it's a good omen. Meanwhile, it's her dumbass husband literally torturing Poseidon. Penelope's just like, this is unlike any storm I've ever seen. Could it mean that the winds of change are finally blowing? Meanwhile, Poseidon's just like, stop! No, I think you want to get it a little higher. Okay, yeah, for sure, I gotcha. Stop!
Is it finally time for the challenge I arranged?
Penelope set up a gauntlet for her suitors.
Buying you time.
This is sick. The music change was really cool, but I also really like that shot of that mouth. I like this. This is cool. I like Penelope getting a kind of like action song, sort of. Like, I like her. You really feel the tension of her having to like combat all of these suitors. Not like literally combat them, but just like keep them at bay by constantly coming up with different schemes to like just waste their time. I do, as much as I joke too, I do like the idea of like, even though it's been 20 years, both Penelope and Telemachus are so like, there's barely a doubt in their mind that Odysseus will come back. Like, they refuse to accept a new king, a new father, a new husband, because that would be admitting that he won't. I think that's really cool, and I love— it helps reinforce the idea of this family that just fucking loves each other like nothing else.
Whoever can string my husband's own bow and shoot through 12 axes cleanly will be the new king.
Oh my god, is this why I could never get a match on Tinder? Women these days don't care if your interests align or what kind of personality you have. They all just want to see how many axes you can shoot an arrow through. Also, what? I know she's stalling and buying time for Odysseus to come back, and she also just, like, doesn't want to replace him. But from their perspective, this is such an awful way to choose a new king. Like, none of these guys are like, hey, do you maybe want to, you know, ask us about our policies, or if we're even good people? Because a lot of us are bad people. I've been talking to some of these guys, and they're not great. I don't know about you guys. I don't really like it that this is how we determine who runs our city-state. You know, I'm starting to think the Ithacan government kind of sucks.
The lengths we go for love, I would not have it any other way.
Yeah, I also never would have thought these would be the lengths we go for love. This is such a hyper-specific and random challenge. That sweeping camera angle was awesome, by the way. Just a quick interjection. That was so sick on the animator's part. I feel like if Penelope were legitimately looking for a suitor, though, after this journey, it'd probably go something like this. Okay, so if you were to greet the world, would it be with opened or closed arms? I guess open arms? That's not great. What is your current standing with our pantheon of gods? Pretty sure they don't know I exist. Oh, that is a huge improvement over my last husband. You're winning some points back.
I'll be here, waiting,
God, I hate when people fucking wait for things in this musical. This musical has become so detrimental to my ADHD because now in real life, anytime I hear somebody say they're waiting for something, I'm immediately like, is there anything I could do to make sure it gets to you? Like to guarantee it? Please, can I help? Please, I'm about to have a fucking panic attack. Moving on to Hold Them Down, complete with multiple trigger warnings. So just want to give you guys one more fair warning to skip over the song if you need it.
Where is the man who can string this bow?
Screw this competition. We've been here for hours.
You've been trying to string this bow for hours? You know what? Yeah, screw this competition. Is that even part of the challenge? I thought Penelope just didn't want to do it herself. Can you just stop slipping? Could you just stay on the bow? Guys, it's been 9 hours. The bow thing was sort of meant to be like a tutorial. Can I just throw an arrow through the axes?
None of us can string this. We don't have the power. Screw this damn challenge. No more delays. Can't you guys see we're being played?
Hey, buddy. I don't mean to kick you while you're down. Maybe you're the problem. Sounds like a strong bow, sure. But again, we haven't even gotten to the part of the challenge that I thought was meant to be difficult. Maybe you just suck at stringing bows. Have you thought of that? I'd love it if Antinous was just like, Penelope, I've come up with a 4-step plan to turn Ithaca into a financial powerhouse among Greece. I've also come up with a way to double our agricultural output while having the amount of human power necessary to do so. Therefore, essentially abolishing slavery, not just within Ithaca, but in the entirety of Greece. I've been campaigning for years. I have most of Greece's support already, actually. I really think if you just sat down and looked over my policies, you'd... that bow's not gonna string itself, bow boy. I'm gonna kill your son.
Hold us down.
While we slowly age. Hold us down while the boy gets bolder. Where in the hell is our pride and our rage?
Oh, God, his voice, dude. What an incredible voice. This might be a hot take, but I kinda wish Little Wolf didn't happen. Like, they are being played by Penelope, for sure. But at the same time, you're like, good, fuck these guys suck. Because in Little Wolf, they were like straight up evil. So we know that they suck already. But it'd be kinda cool if their frustration here was a little more sympathetic. What I want doesn't really work, because it's not like this is a democracy. Like, it's not like this is like the voice of Ithaca, like the common folk, vying to get elected as king. So what I'm about to pitch doesn't actually work, but bear with me. I like the Hold Them Down motif starting referencing themselves. I can see where the Hold Them Down motif is going, unfortunately, but I like it in the sense of like, this is how the government holds us down, and then it evolving into something going from defensive to antagonistic. Like I said, it only really works if this is like the working class of Ithaca. You know what I mean? But if it was, I'd love that a lot. I like the idea of this song being like, this is how the government holds us down. The throne is empty and growing cold. Ithaca is stagnant. Like, maybe it's experiencing financial issues or trade issues as a result of having no king for 20 years. And the people of Ithaca are upset. And so they see this game that's literally just meant to waste their time and fuck with them. And they're like, you know what? I'm sick of my time being wasted. This is how the ruling class of Ithaca just dances on us as we age and as Ithaca stagnates. Because then there becomes a really cool conflict between Penelope's heart and like the needs of the people of her country, which would make for a really cool parallel between the conflict Odysseus faces between his heart and the needs of his crew. Again, I know it doesn't really work because these are like suitors from other countries, so they're all like princes and dignitaries and stuff like that. They're not like actually like the working person of Ithaca. But I like the concept of, like, this is how they hold us down, and then I assume it's gonna turn into Hold Them Down as it becomes, like, a revolutionary song. I guess that's my bit. I wish it was a revolutionary song, more so than what I'm assuming it's about to become. Because it also just make this faction a little more interesting, rather than, like, a bunch of, like, evil goons. It's, like, you know, a more sympathetic kind of group.
I heard he's on a diplomatic mission, and I heard today he comes back to town. So I say we gather near the beaches.
Dude, his voice. He sounds like what I assume a snake sounds like. You know? Or his voice is like the lyrical interpretation of just like an anaconda slithering towards the camera. I'm so shocked there isn't snake imagery in this animatic. He's got such a soothing tonality to his voice. It reminds me of the first time I heard the song The Room Where It Happens from Hamilton. And I was like, oh damn, Leslie Odom Jr. fucking is royalty. Like, they said, Leslie Odom Jr. and this actor sound like they have royal blood. You know what I mean? Like, if the news came out and it was like, oh, turns out Leslie Odom Jr. has king's blood in him, I'd buy it. I'd follow him. I'd follow him into battle. Same with this singer. This is like some real next level singing here.
Let us leave now, today we can strike it. Hold him down till the boy stops shaking. Hold him down while I slit his throat.
Whoa, wow, 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 holy shit, I got my villain song. Wow, that got crazy fucking dark. That got chilling. This is no Little Wolf. Oh my god. Wow. Wow, that was a lot.
Hold him down while I slowly break his pride, his trust, his faith, and his bones.
Wow, that was a crazy list of things in order in which to break them. Oh, wow. Holy shit. Dude, this got crazy dark in what was already kind of the darkest musical I've ever heard. Whoa. Dude, his pride in his bones was delivered so well, and also ending that list with bones is crazy work. Oh, man. Wow, I don't know why the bones really fucked me up. God, I'm also getting like the lyrical version of when I accidentally simped for Antinius, because now I'm like, he sounds so good, you know? I've reached a new dilemma. Like, this song's kind of a banger, but it's also about brutalizing Odysseus' son. So I can't be, like, out at Target, like, humming this to myself as I stroll down the aisles.
Running down into tiny pieces, floating down in the great below.
Oh my god, it wasn't even close to over. It wasn't even close to the darkest part of the bit. Hey guys, you're doing too much. You gotta chop them up into 30 little pieces? That's my boy you're talking about. That's my soft little angel Telemotubby you're talking about. Ease up!
When the crown wonders where the prince is, only the ocean and I will know.
You think if they actually went through with this, Poseidon would be like, ooh, a little treat for Sidey. Is that his fucking son? I didn't even do that one. Zeus, did you kill his son? Nope, that wasn't me. Oh my god, is this guy capable of making friends?
And when the deed is done, the queen...
God, but the way he hit that line. But the way this man transformed into a human violin. Golly. And when the deed is done... Please tell me this guy makes his own music. Please tell me there's somewhere I can go after this. Oh my god, he does, and it's fucking incredible. Dude, listen to Heavy by Aaron Alexander. Like, if you heard his voice in Hold Them Down, and you were like, I need a fix that I feel morally comfortable listening to, Heavy's where you'll get it. This dude's sick.
And then we'll
Hold her down,
while the gate is open,
hold her down.
while I get a taste.
I was so close to being like, oh, this wasn't so bad. When it was nothing will stop us from taking her love and more. I was so close to being like, oh, that was subtle enough. Like, you know. And then he got so explicit with it. The trigger warnings are so incredibly valid. I could definitely see how some people might find this to be too much. Like I said in my I'm Not Sorry for Loving You video, there are a lot of people who think that themes like this just shouldn't really be explored in media. And that's not really an opinion I would ever argue with. Hi, I'm re-recording my little spiel about this because the original version had too many ums and likes in it and it just came across as an absolute mess. I do feel like themes of SA have their place in media as long as they're executed in a meaningful way. At their best, stories of SA can make victims feel seen and understood, potentially for the first time in their lives, while at the same time spreading awareness of the severity of the situation. However, using SA for the sole purpose of making a villain seem more dastardly really isn't going to make anybody feel more seen, and so that's where it gets triggering. It is just done for shock value here. Like I said, if it stopped at taking her love and more, the viewer would have all the information they need about the situation. And yeah, it is a villain song, so you want the villain to be doing villainous things, but you get that Antinous is an awful guy way before this final chorus. It's the fact that it extends into this really explicit chorus that makes it gratuitous. So like I said, this is kind of just me explaining that I understand how this song would be too much for people. I can totally get how a lot of people would be like, you know what, like, this song's an instant skip for me. They went a little too far here. And I don't think that would be an unreasonable opinion at all. Also, I do find it kind of funny that this guy is like, yeah, we're gonna break into the castle, and then I'm gonna become king. And every other suitor here is just down with that plan. Everyone else here is just like, yeah, man, that's all you. I don't even want to be king. I just thought the axes thing seemed fun.
Channel the fire inside your soul and hold him down.
Oh shit, there's Odysseus. Is this the bit where he slaughters all of Ithaca?
Hold him down, hold him down. Channel the fire inside your soul.
Oh! That ending? Sick as hell. Perfect ending. Incredible ending. That's so fucking cool. That's so hype. In terms of, like, a song, like, if we're removing what the lyrics mean from it, it's such a hype villain song. Like, I love the performance. I love the melody. It's pretty sick. It's got what I want out of a villain song, which is that, like, Snake kind of vibe, where it feels like, you know, it feels like something you would hear a Lion King villain sing. Just someone slowly circling their prey before going in for the kill. And I do like how it's this, like, shows a story of Antinous winning over the crowd and, like, causing this coup. Like, it's got a great kind of, like, mounting foreboding momentum to it. Like I said, it super doesn't shock me that this is a controversial song, and if, like, you know, for anyone who thinks it's too much, I so get that. Yeah, Aaron just crushed it, though. Like, what a talented singer. Anyway, on to your boy Odysseus. I have cosplayed Odysseus multiple times over the past several months, and never in my life have I felt that I embodied him more than in this moment. And if all that wasn't enough, the tea I'm drinking is Holy Moly by Hermes. By the way, if you guys want to join in on the fun and drink some epic-themed teas with me, make sure you check out the Gilded Tiefling, or click on the link in the description below to go to their website. They've got Quick Thought by Athena, Holy Moly by Hermes, and Chimera's Call by Circe. Not only is the presentation of all of their products incredible, but their teas are just so goddamn good. They're delicious. Chimera's Call is my favorite one. It's the sweetest one. I'm really into sweeter teas. But they also just make for such a fun tea drinking experience. Buy this set of teas, invite some friends over, throw on a playlist of epic animatics, and then make your way through them as the characters show up. I've been saying this from my very first promotion of these teas, but the best thing about them is the fact that they make for that fun kind of experience. Like, I love inviting people over for tea night and sampling it, like, different ones that the Gilded Tiefling have to offer. Because they do have a ton of teas to offer.
For 20 years I've suffered every punishment and pain.
Oh, crazy that it opens with the horse and the infant motif. That's cool.
Worst of all, I hear you dare to touch my wife and hurt my boy!
Waiting for somebody to be like, no, that was Antinius. And you got him. Great shot, my king, my rightful king, my one true king of Ithaca.
I have had enough.
Whoa, welcome to Odysseus, fuckers. Hope you brought a snorkel.
This man plans for every fight.
Okay, screw a gore warning. Duvet Box doesn't give a fuck.
Up against an archer, our only chance is to strike him in the darkness. We know these odds, the odds can't be tilted. You don't think I know my own palace? I built it.
Hard line. But at the same time, you sure about that, Odysseus? Feel like there's no way he had any part in actually designing this palace. Feel like he definitely just hired an architect to design it and then got a bunch of slaves to put it together, right?
Oh, King, forgive us instead, so that no more blood is shed. Let's have open arms instead.
Oh, you really shouldn't have said the magic words. That was embarrassing. That was tough to watch for that guy. I don't even know if I want to be in the room to see what happens to him. Ring-a-ding-ding, I predict a thing. No, that's not a reference to the hubris spell, so this better not bite me in the ass later. I predict that Odysseus is going to accidentally murder his son. Telemachus gets home today. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know what Odysseus looks like. Odysseus snuffed out all of the torches and is currently murdering anybody with the audacity to have a heartbeat. If I know anything about Odysseus, it's that he loves pulling a clever trick and then getting severely punished for pulling said trick.
Now that we have armed ourselves, let's make the bastard rot.
Behind you! Dude, Telemachus coming in with his theme fused with Athena? It's fucking Telemathena! Telemathena works so well as a fusion name, I can't believe how hard that goes. Okay, so far so good. The fact that Telemachus just showed up to the fight doesn't make me any less nervous, though.
I don't want to hurt you, but trust me, I've come prepared.
Your very presence is doomed the king, young prince. We don't fight fair.
Oh, damn it, Telemachus. Why couldn't you have just made like little Ajax and stayed back?
Where is he?
Capture him, he's our greatest chance.
Get off me! Get off me!
Fight till the prince can barely stand.
Hey, Athena? You mind chiming in here just so I feel like he's in good hands? I know she's here. I know she's watching over him. I just want to feel like there's a guardian present in the room right now.
Hold him down! Hold him down!
Cause if he won't, I'll break the kid's hands. Got him.
Who got stabbed? Who got stabbed?
Mercy.
Oh, thank God.
My mercy is long since drowned. It died to bring me home. And as long as you're around...
Ah, let's go. We finally got John Wick Odysseus. This deep growl of a voice that Jorge is doing is so sick and so not something I was expecting or thought he was capable of. Like, he completely transformed his voice. This is so a different man. Good job.
You filled my heart with hate. All of you. have done me wrong. This will be your fate!
God, every fourth dead extra looks identical to Telemachus. It's really stressing me out. I'm still waiting for Odysseus to accidentally kill him. Not dead! So far, so good! I'd call that a win! I'd call that a complete, uncompromising win! Alright, my voice is shot. My voice is irreparably fucked. I'm so shocked Odysseus didn't kill Telemachus. However, my new theory, by the way, ring-a-ding-ding, I Predict a Thing is not something I came up with. That is from the Weekly Planet podcast, which I love. My new theory is that Telemachus will kill Odysseus. Because he's the monster. Right? The whole song of Legendary is that Telemachus is like, I want to kill monsters like my dad. And if, you know, depending on how you want to fuck around with the grammar of that. And the song Monster is all about Odysseus becoming a monster. So it's all kind of fallen into place thematically. I dug these songs, though. These are songs that are more kind of like, I enjoy them for the plot, more than like, I enjoy them for the catchiness. You know what I mean? Like, it's no Dangerous. This one was sick. Odysseus just slaughtering everyone. That's the thing. There's like two types of musical songs. And that's ones that are all plot and no chorus. And then ones with like multiple choruses that feel like they could just be a song. Like, Dangerous could just be a song, separate from Epic. Obviously, all the lyrics have to do with the Odyssey, so that'd be a little awkward if fucking Lady Gaga dropped that banger. But you know what I mean? These were very much just, like, moving plot forward songs. Not that I didn't enjoy them, but I think out of all of them, Odysseus is probably my favorite, just because it's sick. I really like when Telemachus comes in, and you hear the Athena motif. That's so cool, and it's attached to him, like she's fucking equipment, like he's got the Athena armor on him. That's so sick. I hope she comes back. I want another Athena song, but I don't know how this is gonna end. I really think Telemachus is gonna kill Odysseus, though. But anyway, as always, let me know in the comments what you thought of this video, and I will see you guys next time.
What can I make from the bricks that